is Margaret with Recipe Amateur Investigator. Today we're going to make some holiday cookies called Chocolate Crinkle Cookies. But I'm going to put a little twist in it and I'll show you what I'm going to do. But I'm going to follow the recipe, but I'll show you what I'm going to do in the meanwhile. So with your mixer, with a whisk, you're going to put in here, which I have most of the stuff already done. So you're going to put together in here, it's going to be 1 cup of cocoa powder, unsweetened, with 1 cup of sugar, as well as 2 eggs, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, canola oil, or light olive oil, say that 3 times in a row, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So let's get started. So I already have in here my, like I said, the cocoa and the sugar. I'm going to put in the 1/2 cup of canola oil, that's what I have. Then I'm going to put in my 2 eggs, 1 and 2. And next I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of my vanilla. So let's put that in here, 1 teaspoon. And then we're going to whisk this till it's nice and shiny, like a creamy chocolate, real smooth. So let's put that in. And while this is mixing, we're going to go ahead and tell you what we're going to do with the dry ingredients. With the dry ingredients, in here I have, there goes my surprise. In here I have 1 cup of flour with 1/4 of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and you just mix it really well. And then once this is done, we're going to pour it in there. And then we're going to get some powdered sugar, confection sugar, about a 1/2 cup, put it aside. And make sure you have your oven at 350. These cookies are going to bake for like, I think I put mine in for 11 minutes. But it gets 10 to 12 minutes. We're going to roll them when they're done in powdered sugar. But I'm going to put a little surprise in mine. I'm going to be putting some peppermints in some of the cookies to make it more Christmassy. And they're supposed to be really fudgy. So I haven't tasted them yet, but I just made it another batter. So this is getting really nice and full. Plus you get a pan and line it with parchment paper. Let me get me a scraper. That's one thing I always forget to get, is my scraper. So you want to come and see what it looks like? It's supposed to be really pretty and shiny. See how smooth that is? I'm just going to go down to the sides and just whisk it just a little bit more and change the whisk out into a mixer. Okay, and looks good, nice and good. I'm just going to put this to the side. Now we're going to pour in the dry ingredients. Now when we do the dry ingredients in here, I'm going to change the head. I guess that's what it's called. But that's what we're going to do. Let's change this out. Oops. There. And then we're going to pour in the dry ingredients. And then once this is all mixed and incorporated, we're going to put it, I'm going to leave it in this bowl and put some plastic in it and put it in my refrigerator. Once it's in the refrigerator, you have to let this sit for about 3 hours or up to overnight. And these cookies are good to freeze, so I'm really glad because I'm making a double batch. So I'm going to mix this up, come closer so you can see what it looks like as it's mixing. See, it's getting really thick. So I'm going to go straight down the sides and then mix it one more time. And then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. Look how thick that is. This is so thick. Look at, I mean, this is some fudgy cookies. So I'm gonna mix it one more time. That's it. And then I'm just gonna take this beater, and I'll fix this in a minute, but I'm just gonna push it to the side and put it in my refrigerator and pull out what I have already done. If I could find room in here. And put this little plastic over it. One moment. Perfect. Next to the cheesecake it goes. So this is what it kind of looks like when it's done. Look how thick that is. I mean, it doesn't come down. That's how thick the fudge is. So let's go ahead and make the cookies now. So it gets kind of messy, because I can tell you that for sure, making these cookies, because I made a few. Like I said, I made 3 without the peppermint, and so altogether I made 6 to show you. So you're going to get a small scooper, which I have one, little small one. Oops, there goes my mess. And we're going to put this here. Let me go wash my hands real quick. Perfect. Your hands have to be wet doing this. That's why I got a little bowl here. I got my little chocolate chips, mints. And what I use is those Ghirardelli, I don't know how you say it, but I'll show it to you. Ghirardelli, this is what I use. Just in case, but you can use peppermint candy, whatever you want to do. So, make sure I have all this. And this recipe is by Natasha Kitchen, before I forget. I just love her recipes. So I got my parchment paper, I got everything here, got a towel. So I'm just going to go ahead and scoop it. Make sure your hands are wet. Go like this, and you just put it in here, roll it around in the powdered sugar like I'm showing you, and make sure you place it on the sheet. So what I did with my next one, for peppermint, what I did is, I got a few peppermints, put them in here. I just got my scooper, scooped it, got some peppermint now on the cookie, roll it. See, my thumb wasn't wet. See how it sticks to the thumb when it's not wet? Roll it, and you just, again, put it inside the powdered sugar, and just roll it around, and then you bake it. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like now that I have a couple on the thing. And then again, you put it in the oven at 350 and bake it for 10 to 12 minutes. And in my gas stove, it took me 11 minutes. So let me show you what it looks like. Like I said, I just made a few. And this is what it looks like. I just made a couple. These are the peppermint ones. You see the little peppermints, and there's the plain chocolate. So let's take a look what they look like in the inside. I'm gonna break one open. Ready? Let's break it open. Ah, look how pretty. Isn't that delicious looking? Let's taste. Oh my God, they melt in your mouth. This one's the one with the peppermint. I love it. I love my little creation idea about this. So if you like this recipe, subscribe. You'll see a picture of me, Recipe Amateur Investigator. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Come join us from there as well. And I hope your family enjoys these Christmas cookies as much as my family is. Bye guys. Happy holidays.